money, and they're so excited to learn about the life of a dollar bill, okay? So I'm gonna just make my book go to page 454. You do not need to change or turn your page to 454, but if you want to, you can. So, I think this is our very last expository text that we're gonna read, because our last story next week are poems. So this is our very last one. So hopefully by the end of this week, you will know and remember what expository text is. So I'm going to play this.
Expository text. The life of a dollar bill is an expository text. Expository text gives facts and information about a topic, includes text features. Find text evidence. I know that the life of a dollar bill is an expository text. It gives information about money. The text feature.
Okay, so what is an expository text? What are some key features? Raise your hand if you know, and I hope all of you know because we've been doing this all year. John, how come you don't know? Libby, why don't you know? We've been doing this all year long. I know Raylan knows because every week he tells me the answers. Every week he tells me the expository texts. Raylan, will you tell John one more time?
Give facts and information about a topic, includes text features.
Good. So we're going to give facts and information about a topic. So is it going to be make-believe, John? Is this story going to be make-believe today?
No.
No. I'm going to get facts, then I'm going to get information. So this is going to be real. Now, it's going to have some text features. Now down here, you're going to notice that on our story today, we're going to have the text feature of a bar graph, just like in math. And then we are also going to have like subheadings, and that will tell us more about the section in the text. Okay? Okay. All right. I'm going to flip my book back. What page you guys are on? All right. The life of a dollar bill. What is, our inquiry question is, what is the purpose for writing this text? So what's the purpose? Think of the pie. Is the author going to write this to persuade us to see the life of the dollar bill?
Yes.
To inform us?
Yes.
To give us facts and information? Or to entertain us, to make us laugh? Ellie, what do you think? L-E-A, I'm sorry, L-E-A. Yep, that's the I, to inform us. So the author's purpose is to inform us, give us facts and information. Okay, let's go over on page 449. And the first subheading says the dollar bill is printed. Okay, remember, if I call on you to read, you got to pull down your mask and you got to use your big teacher voice. And I'm looking for friends that are following along, okay? All right, Kaden, would you start us off really loud, okay?
One day, a dollar bill is printed at the United States.
This is a hard word. It's called a bureau. Bureau.
Bureau of
Engraving.
and printing. The bill is printed on a machine that was invented or created to save time. It prints many bills at a time.
Okay, stop there, Kaden. Okay, so it's called a bureau. And this is where the United States, our government, can print money on machines. Now, Kaden had noticed on Monday, I think it was Monday, Kaden,
Yeah.
there looked like somebody was printing money.
Yeah, and that's against
Can't
the
do
law.
that.
And it is against the law. So if Kaden wanted to go print some money on paper off his computer on a printer, he can't do that. That's
And they have
against
some-
the law.
They
I think the
some stuff in
computer
it and
wouldn't
you
let
can't
you
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's like
you can
It's
you can print it, you just can't use the money.
true. You could print it and play with it. Like if you wanted to have play money.
Yeah.
But you couldn't go to the store and try to use that money. It's against the law to do that.
Because they would know.
And they would
just
know.
rip it right apart.
Exactly. They would know that it's
It would go
fake
like that.
money, and they would rip it apart and say, this is not real money, you can't use this.
Because you have to go like this to see.
So, the only way that somebody can print money is if you worked for the government and for this Bureau of Engraving and Printing, okay? And they can print lots of dollar bills at a time, okay? Now, let's go to the next paragraph. Libby, would you read that really loud, please?
Let's follow the dollar bill. It gets sent to a big bank and then a
Then a local bank.
local bank. A family visits this neighborhood bank to get money. The dollar bill goes to a boy for his allowance.
Okay, stop there. So where, after it gets printed, where's the first place that it goes to? And I'm going to put it on the board. Who can remember the first place that it goes to? Addie.
A big bank.
Yes. Okay, so a big bank. Okay, Mrs. Murphy will use an example. I bank at, it's called Wells Fargo. Have you guys heard of Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I bank.
No.
However, my Wells Fargo big bank, my big Wells Fargo bank is in Minneapolis. Am I gonna go there to get my money and checks and all the money I need? No.
No.
No. I'm not gonna go to the big bank. If I need something, I go to the local bank. And my local bank, well, it used to be in Blue Earth. So whenever I needed to go get money, I had to go to Blue Earth.
That was
But guess what? Because of COVID, that bank was shut down. So if I need to go to the bank now, I need to go to Mankato. That's my local bank.
Or Fairmont.
Nope, Fairmont doesn't have a Wells Fargo. So your moms and dads probably go to a bank, either in Fairmont, in Blue Earth, in Mankato. That is their local bank. Okay? Lily,
I think I saw you at that bank.
you think so? Okay.
Because we always go there.
I do go to the bank quite often. Kinsley,
Where my mom and my brother keep and my dad keep all their money, that's where my grandma works.
is that where your grandma works?
So
Awesome.
she can keep it safe.
She'll keep it safe.
In a safe.
Okay, all right, last thing, and then we're gonna keep moving on. Wyatt,
There's a TV show called Wells Fargo. It's a western.
is it a
Oh
Wells
yeah.
Western?
Wells Fargo.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna keep going on. I'll get a few of you in a minute. So now, after it goes to the big bank, the local bank, now who gets this money? Who gets it? LES?
The bookstore.
No, we're not there yet.
Not quite there yet. But we're close. The family goes to the bank, and the dollar bill goes to the boy for his allowance, right? So this is where we just put a person. It could be a boy, it could be a girl. But after the bill goes from the big bank to local bank, it goes to a person.
This is a boy.
I know, Tyson, but I'm just saying it's going to go to a person. Okay? Could it go to a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could go to girl. That's why Mrs. Murphy put a person. But on this story, it does say a boy. Now let's go to the next section and see where it goes now. Journey, would you read really loud? Okay.
The boy brings the dollar bill to the bookstore. He checks prices to see how much the book costs. Then he decides what he can purchase. He finds a book to buy, but is it worth the price? He's not sure. The boy reads the back of the book and thinks about the price. The boy decides the book is of value, so it saves his money for the book.
Okay. So where does this boy take his money that he got for allowance? Journey, where does he take it?
To the bookstore.
To the bookstore. Now on the board, I'm just going to put store because you guys, you might go to the bookstore.
It could be any bookstore.
But you could go to any store. Maybe you'll go to Walmart. Maybe you'll go to like a dollar store. Maybe you go.
Dollar General.
Yeah. Maybe you go to any store. Then have your money and you're at the store, you have to decide, are you gonna purchase something? You have to make that decision. Do you have enough money? Do you want to purchase something? Maybe you don't want to purchase something and you want to save your money, but you have to make that decision. And sometimes you have to see, is it worth what the price is? Sometimes I'll go to a store and I want to buy something, but I'm like, oh, that's too expensive. So do you think if it's too expensive, I'll buy it? No.
At least for what it is.
Right. Sometimes it's good just to wait because sometimes prices will go down. Sometimes they go down too. Like when something is first out, like a brand new PS station, like a PlayStation
PS5?
station,
Will it PS6?
They're
Now
really-
it'll be a PS5.
they're really
PS6
expensive.
aren't even a thing yet.
but after maybe a few months or even a year, the prices will come down, and then maybe you'll have enough money to buy it. Maybe it's worth it then. Brooklyn.
So you know how the cash register is? There's only 4 of them, like 4 things. The $1 there, the $2 one, the $10 one, and the 5. And there's only 3 slots.
Yeah, this is kind of like an old cash register.
I know, but there's only 3
And there's
slots.
only 3 slots in this one. It's kind of more a cartoon one.
In Brooklyn, you don't see $2 bills every day of your life.
Right.
It's
and-
like the one in the crusty bag.
And Brooklyn, a lot of them had more slots, but a lot of times they just had a 1, a 5, a 10, a 20, but they didn't have anything bigger than that.
Yeah, but there's
Okay.
only 3 slots.
I know, Brooklyn. Do you think this is a real picture of a real one?
No.
No, this is like a cartoon drawing one. And sometimes when they make them, they don't make them to match it exactly, is what I'm trying to say. So just like the dollar bill, Brooklyn. Were there dollar bills like this with a smiley face on it? No.
And they don't have eyes.
They don't have eyes. They don't have hands.
Maybe a pretend one.
Right. So Brooklyn, what I'm saying is this is like a cartoon one, so it's not like exactly what it used to be like, but it's kind of similar. Raylan. Did you forget? I'll come back to you. You think about it. Corla, you've been raising your hand and waiting patiently. You have money in the bank right now? You have money in the bank right now?
Yeah, same.
Oh, in your bank. I have a question for you guys before we move on. I'll get you in just a minute. Put your hand up for a second. Raise your hand if you have your own bank account. Like you have account in the bank that keeps all your money safe there. Some of you know that you do. Good job if you know that you do. Okay, put your hands down. Raise your hand if you're not sure. Okay? Good job. Okay, put your hands up. Raise your hand if you know that you don't have one. Good. Okay. Now, those of you that aren't sure, maybe tonight you can go home and ask mom and dad. Say, hey, mom and dad, do I have a bank account? And actually, I'll show you.
They'll probably
Oh.
say no.
I can't show you mine.
Because kids don't have bank accounts.
Yes, they do.
Because
I have
I can't show you mine because my husband and I share one, and I just realized he likes to take my bank account card out of my wallet. But I'll show you my 2 daughters. I keep theirs in my wallet because am I going to give them their money to spend? No. I have to make sure that they approve it. But my daughter Brooklyn and Kennedy, they each have their own bank card. And you can see their names. I wrote it on there. So I'm in charge of it, but if they, like when Brooklyn starts driving and she needs to get gas, she has money in her bank account to get gas. And so I'm trying to teach them responsibility so that when they become an
Kind of like a
adult,
credit card.
they know how to manage their money. Now, when you have your money in your bank account, do you always know how much money you have in there?
No.
You might not.
I do.
No.
Show.
You might.
Well, you might.
But you have to keep track of it, and I'll show you. Should I show you something? Okay, I'll show you my checkbook. And ooh, this is not a good example because I had to start a new one, but this is how Mrs. Murphy, if you look at my checkbook, this is how I keep track of how much money I have a checking account and a savings account. And see how I have to add and subtract? I have have all these numbers and all the bills that I pay.
I know looks like that.
This is why it's going to be important for you guys to learn math and how to add and subtract. Because guess what? If I don't have enough money and I have to pay a bill, and I don't have enough money, I get in big trouble with the bank.
Yeah, you get kicked out of your house.
The
don't you,
bank
if
will
you can't
call
pay
me and
for
say,
it?
Mrs. Murphy, you don't have enough money to pay your electrical bill. The bank will call me and they'll say, you don't have enough money.
And then they'll
And then the
you lose it.
electrical company will turn off my electricity.
Power.
So it's going to be very important that your parents teach you how to keep track of your checkbook and your money, whether you have a checking account or a savings account or both. And my husband and I actually have both. We have both of them. And that's good to have both because you need to have some money saved. But your checking account is the money that you can spend. Okay? Lily.
Even want to get enough money for Sunday school.
Right. Exactly. It is a lot of money. Okay, let's go. Raylan, let's get yours and then we're going to go on and then I'll get more comments and questions later.
They shred over 6 billion worn out bills.
Okay, let's go to the next page. I think you spied that. Okay, let's go now to how the dollar bill travels on to page 450. Okay. Lila, would you read really loud up here where it says later?
Later, a girl buys a birthday card at the bookstore. She gets the dollar bills
As change.
as change. She takes the dollar bill home and saves it in her piggy bank.
Okay, so she buys a birthday card, and then she gets a dollar bill as change, and then she saves it and puts it in her piggy bank.
I got a monkey bank.
So Mrs. Murphy is gonna put up here the bank.
Miss
I got a monkey bank.
If you don't know what piggy bank is, you think it's a pig in a bank.
Right. Great.
I love monkey
Right.
A monkey bank.
Okay, Wyatt, do you want to read the next section? Wyatt, you already read. Okay. Did you want to say something really quickly?
They have credit cards and I don't even have a single Visa card.
Do they what?
Your daughters have a credit card and I don't even have a Visa card.
What kind of card is that, Wyatt?
It's like a card that it says
A
Visa
credit
or
card.
Visa,
Oh,
whatever.
Another credit
Here, I'll show you. Okay, you want to see my other cool? Okay, there's a difference between checking account and credit cards, but this what you're calling a Visa?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a credit card. Now, Mrs. Murphy, if you want to look at my credit card, it has my old dog, Dubber, a picture of him on here. But this is a credit card. This is different from. Just a second, listen. If I want to go buy something and I put it on my credit card, that means that I have to pay it a little bit later. But the thing is, here's the deal with a credit card. I'm going to show you on the board. Let's say I go to Walmart and I buy something. I'm going to say for $100, and I put it on my credit card. Now the credit card is going to send me a bill, and they say, Mrs. Murphy, you owe $100. But guess what?
You have a credit card.
What if I don't have enough money to pay for it? You have. Guess what they're gonna do, Ingrid or Kinsley?
They're going to, add more money. Add more money.
Yes, they're gonna add more money and say, you know what? You don't have enough money? Well, we're gonna charge you a fee of $20. So now you have to pay us $120.
Well, why did you say free?
A fee. It's called a fee. It's not free. It's a fee. So, and sometimes people who don't pay their credit card bills every month get in big trouble because their fees keep adding up. And the more money they spend, the bigger the fees get. So credit cards are good, but they're also dangerous because you have to pay them off every month or else you are going to be owing a lot of money. Okay, let's keep going on though. Okay, let's have Ellie S. Would you read? You haven't read Ellie, right?
No.
Okay.
When the girl wants to see a movie, she takes money out of her piggy bank, including the dollar bill. She uses it to pay for the ticket, then the dollar bill travels on.
Okay, then it travels on. So it goes from our piggy bank back to the movie theater for a ticket. Okay, next paragraph. Let's have Ellie A. read really loud.
Almost 2 years pass, and now a man gets the dollar bill. It is worn out and worn. The man is not sure if it's usable. What happens to the triple bill? Bill. The man takes it to a local bank and trades it for a new dollar.
Okay, awesome. Now, if a dollar bill gets old and ripped, what should you do with it? You should not rip it more. That's actually against the law to rip it more. It's called defacing it. You're changing the face or what the dollar bill looks like. What should you do, Kinsley?
One time I did that, it got really old and ripped. I just taped it up.
You can try to tape it.
Or you can like give it to somebody and they can wash it, pay them back, and they give you them.
Or, yeah, take it to the bank. You can try to tape it, but I would take it to the bank and say, hey, this dollar bill is really worn out. I need to trade it. And they'll trade it for you and they'll give you a better one. Okay? Because now they got to take that dollar bill and they got to replace it. They got to replace it. Okay, let's go on the top of 451. Let's see, who hasn't read? Raylan, have you read?
No.
Okay, really loud, but slow down a little bit, okay?
The old dollar bill is returned to the big bank where workers decide that it can't be used again. They destroy the bill by shredding it. They cut it into tiny pieces.
Okay, so they're gonna shred it. And if you look over here,
I found a
Raylan, will you
$100
read,
bill.
Raylan, will you read the caption under the picture? What does it say?
Machine shreds over 6 billion worn out bills a year.
So over in a year, 6 billion $1 bills get shredded. And then they have to make new ones to replace them. Okay? All right. Wyatt, you've read, right?
Wouldn't that be against the law?
Not if you're the government, our U.S. government. If you did it yourself, yes. But if you're working for the government, then it's not against the law.
The same with the American flag.
Same with the flag. Yep. Mason has it right. Remember, we got to take care of our flag. We got to take care of our money and do the right thing.
We have to respect
Respect
the
it.
United States.
That's right.
What is a
Okay,
loan?
Addie, would you read the next paragraph? Back at the U.S. Bureau.
Back at the U.S.
Bureau. It's a very hard word.
of
Engraving and printing.
engraving and printing a new dollar bill. It
Is printed.
I was gonna say
Printed.
printed to replace the old one.
Keep going.
Workers use a
Record.
record to keep track how many dollar bills are printed and destroyed. They make sure there are enough bills in the system so people can buy and sell things. The next time you hold $1 bill, think of where it has been and where it is going. Each dollar bill has busy, wonderful life.
Useful.
Useful life.
Okay, so look at Mrs. Murphy's dollar bill.
Useful.
Okay, every dollar bill has a number on it. And this is how they keep track of where the dollar bills kind of go. And if this one gets old, then what they'll do is they will keep track of it. They'll get rid of the number and then they'll replace it. So think in your head, where could this dollar bill have gone? Just think. Think of all the places. Now, look over here at this chart. This is a really cool chart because this chart tells us the average lifespan of U.S. bills. So this is like the average life of most bills. Look at the dollar bills. How many years do most dollar bills last? Look at the chart. Mason, what do you think? 2 years. Okay? So this dollar bill, its life is only 2 years, and then it's going to have to be replaced. Lila, how about the $5 bills?
$5 bills would be 1 year almost.
A little over 1
One
year.
and a half. 1.5?
1.5. So it's going up 1.5. Tyson, the $10 bill. What is the life of a $10 bill?
It would take 5.5.
No, look at the bar graph.
4.5.
No, the $10 bill.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the top one.
The $10 bill. Look at your chart. And then go across. 1.5. Okay, the $20 bill. What do they last? What do you think, Lewis?
2.
2 years. And then the one that lasts the longest is the $50 bill. And I think that's because most people don't have $50 bills, so they don't get used a lot. So, Ellie, what do you think about the 50? 4.5 years. Good job. And then I think like 100 bills, they probably are even higher, I would think.
In this one,
Yep.
if you have a $50 bill and a $50 bill, you can go to the bank and trade it for $100.
You could trade it. Okay, Addie, did you have a quick question?
They forgot to put the $100 bill.
Yeah, they did put that on there.
Or the $2
Yeah, or the 2. I think it's because most people
$2
don't use these a
bill
lot.
would be like the really, really high.
I would agree. I think
No,
that'd be
the
longer.
3.
There isn't a
They
3.
never even invented a 3.
There is no 3, Lewis.
They
No,
should
they
have
invented a 2, but it was a long time ago.
And somebody said,
Okay, Wyatt, thanks for raising your hand.
You notice how the dollars looking at the shredded shredded dollar bills?
Yeah.
He's
And
like,
he's like,
wow.
he's like, I'm staying away from that machine, right?
I'm so happy that I think I'm gonna get shredded.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Leave your
I'm
books
going there
on your
next.
desk. We're gonna do this really quickly as a whole group, and then we're gonna have snacks. What's that?
It's normal. Whoa, whoa, I've never seen anything like this. Oh, look at my friend. You know what I said?
All right. So let's see if we can take what we just learned along with our vocabulary words from. Is it Tuesday we did our vocabulary words or Wednesday? I've lost track. I think it was Tuesday. Monday? No.
Oh my gosh.
Or was it yesterday? I've lost track.
I've lost track.
Me too.
Same.
Yesterday.
All right.
know what you're
So listen, it doesn't matter. We've learned them, but let me go through them. We had invented, record or record, money, system, prices, value, purchase, and worth. If we don't know one, we're going to skip it and come back. So, number 1. How much something is worth? What is that called? How much something is worth? How much it's worth? Tyson, what do you think?
Easy. No one should be able to even get this wrong.
I know. You think it's prices, but it's not.
No, it's not.
How much something is worth? It's not its price. You might think it's the price, but it's not.
It's the money.
No?
I know.
It's the value.
It's the value. Good job. That's why That's why we're gonna do this page together, because every year I have my second graders do this page. They get them all mixed up because they're very similar. So I would agree that you would think it'd be value. You would think it'd be prices, but it's value. How much something is worth is called the value of it. How much is it worth?
Because the price would make sense with the sentence.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
Okay, number 2. Facts that are written down about something. So Mrs. Murphy used the example, I know yesterday or the day before. Your attendance. I have your attendance in here. It's facts. What am I doing when I'm keeping track of all that? What am I making? Libby? Or when they keep track of the money. What is that called? They're keeping track of it. Put your feet down and start ready. Lila, what do you think?
Progress.
No? Lewis?
Is it?
Not invented. No? Libby?
Purchase.
No? Purchase is when you buy something.
Oh, I know it.
I want facts that are written down about something. Brooklyn, what do you think?
Invented.
No? Invented is when you create something. Aria? Let's do one last one. We're going to skip it and come back. What one?
Second one.
On the bottom, like this one here? Record.
Yes.
It is a record. Good job.
That's
Aria, come
what
up here.
say.
So, this is a record of your attendance. I have a record of all your grades back here. Okay, number 3. You made something that was not around before. And Mrs. Murphy used the example that I want to make something that attaches my mouse to my computer so it doesn't fall and break every time I go to PLCs on Wednesday. What do I want to do, Corla? Yeah, I want to invent something. I want to become an inventor. Come up, Corla.
This one, I know how you can't. You put tape around it on your mouse.
You could, but then how would I get it undone and back here on my desk?
You peel it right off.
I know, that'd be a
That's
lot
how
of
you
work.
prank someone. Put their mouth.
Okay, so number 3 is invented. Made something that was not around before. So you're making something brand new. Number 4, how much you have to pay to buy things. So when I go to the store, if I want to buy something, I have to look to see how much I have to pay. What is that, Ingrid? Not the worth.
I know.
Money.
Not the money. Ellie,
Prices.
the prices. I have to look at the prices. The prices is how much I have to pay for something. Sit down. Sit.
No, she could ask something.
That's not your job. Sit down. You need to get ready. Number 5. A plan or set of rules for doing something. So like this is Mrs. Murphy's plan and set of rules for my voice chart. That's my plan and set of rules for my behavior chart. That's my plan for the mailboxes, my hand in, my correction bin. What is it that I'm doing?
Action bin.
Kaden, what do I have?
I have a system.
I have a system. Good job, Kaden. Come up here. Good. A system for doing things. Okay, number 6. The value of something. So the value.
Oh, this is super easy.
Lea, what do you think?
She said 4.
Lea, say it one more time. I didn't quite hear you.
Worth.
worth. Yep, that's how much something is worth. Come up, LEA, when Caden's done. I think he's done. Number 7. The dollars and cents you can use to buy things. So the dollars and cents. What is that called, Ingrid?
Money.
That's the money. Yep.
No, Ingrid didn't you already come up and
No,
do it?
She did not. She guessed, but she didn't have it right, so she didn't come up. All right. Now, number 8. Mrs. Murphy's page got cut off, and I'm not going to move it up because we have one left. We all should know the answer, but I will read it. And let's say the answer all together in a minute. To get something by paying money. So if we want to get something and we pay money, what do we do, guys?
Purchase!
Good job. We purchase it. So on number 8, make sure you write purchase.
Ingrid, you forgot to eat.
Uh-oh.